Good morning, children. So, last class we have seen animal tissues. Yes. So, in animal tissue, we know a group of cells together perform the specific function. Yes, example, blood, muscles, and types also we have seen. So, in the epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, I have to uh, teach today for you. Okay, so today our topic is about muscular tissue and nervous tissue. So we have learned different types of epithelial tissue and connective tissue in last class, isn't it? So today we are going to learn muscular tissue. So muscular tissue, it consists of elongated cells. Okay, muscular tissue consists of elongated cells. These elongated cells are called as muscle fibers. So this tissue is responsible for movement in our body. We know muscles help for the movement of our body. Yes. So these cells are responsible for movement in our body, and muscle contain a special protein called contractile protein. Okay. So muscle contain protein called contractile protein, which make contraction and relaxation of muscles and help in movement. Okay, so muscle contain what protein? Contractile protein, which will cause the contraction and relaxation of muscles and help in movement. Now, types of muscular tissue. So there are types of muscular tissue. They are voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. So first, voluntary muscles. Some muscles in our body can move by conscious will. That means according to our will. So if we are moving the muscles, or if we are moving that muscles, it will move. Otherwise it won't be. So some muscles move by conscious will, our will, according to our conscious will. So such muscles are called as voluntary muscles. Okay. So muscles present in our limbs. Limbs, you know, no? Hind limbs, forelimbs, legs. Muscles present in our legs. It will move when we want them to move and stop when we so decide. Yes. So when we are stopping them, it will stop and movement, and when we are want to them to move, it will move. Yes. So such voluntary muscles means muscles which can move by our according to our conscious will. Such muscles are called as what? Voluntary muscles. So voluntary muscles is also called as skeletal muscles because these muscles are attached with the bones. Yes, so they are called as skeletal muscles and they help in body movement. Okay. So under the microscope, when we are observing muscles, it will show alternate dark or light burns or striations, so that it is called as striated muscles. Okay. So when we are observing muscles under microscope, we can see burns. Okay, bands, we will also say as striations. So it is called as striated muscles. So voluntary muscles are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleate. Okay, cells of this tissue are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleate. Multinucleate means having many nuclei. Now, second type of muscular tissue is what? Involuntary muscles. So involuntary muscle is just opposite to the voluntary muscles. Some muscles in our body cannot move by conscious will. It will move according to their wish one. So it will not move according to our wish. Okay, such muscles are called as what? Involuntary muscles. They cannot move by our conscious will. So we cannot stop them or start them. Example, movement of food in the alimentary canal. So we are making the food to move in the alimentary canal. Yes, automatically once we are swallowing it into our mouth, it will be easily passed through food pipe into the alimentary canal, and their digestion process will take place by its movement through the what intestinal canal as alimentary canal as. So movement of food in the alimentary canal is one of the example for involuntary action of muscles. Then contraction and relaxation of blood vessels. You know what is meant by blood vessels? Through which the blood will flow into our body. Yes. So it is the path through which the blood will flow. So contraction and relaxation of the blood vessel also we can't stop. So that is example for involuntary movement. So these muscles, involuntary muscles, are found in the iris of the eye. You know, iris of the eye, when we will close our eyes, it's not according to our wish. According to the eye sensation, it will move as iris of the eye. Then in ureters, ureters means it is the organ present in the kidney. It is an excretory organ which is present along with the kidney. So ureters, and in the bronchi of the lungs. So bronchi means it is the part of the lungs. Is last year we have learned the structure of lung. Yes. So these involuntary muscles are found in the iris of the eye, in ureters, and in the bronchi of the lungs. So how the cells will be? Cells of these muscles are long with pointed ends, and they are uninucleate. Uninucleate means they have single nucleus. And these muscles are unstriated muscles. They don't have bands. Okay. So they are called as unstriated muscles. And it's then muscles of heart, they will show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout life. Yes, our heart muscle will be contracting, relaxing. Yes, so only heart is called as pumping organ of our body. So the muscles of heart show rhythmic contraction and relaxation. These the muscle present in heart also an involuntary muscles. The heart muscle is called as cardiac muscle. Okay, cardiac muscles. So heart muscle cells are cylindrical, branched, and uninucleate. Now types of muscle fibers. Here you can see the structure of muscle fibers. So as I have already told, skeletal muscle, they have bands. Okay, so they are called as striated muscle, but this is cardiac muscle. Okay, cardiac muscle, and this is smooth muscle tissue which is called as involuntary muscle, which is present in iris and all. They are unstriated muscle. Okay. Now we are moving to nervous tissue. So what are the two types of muscles? Involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles. Now we are moving to next topic, that is nervous tissue. So in our body, all cells, they have the ability to respond to stimulus. So respond to stimulus means if any stimulation happen in our body. For example, if I am touching anyone's hand, means they can feel, yes, their body will respond to my stimulation. If we are seeing a snake on the way, our body will respond to that, yes, according to the environment. So all the cells in our body, they have ability to respond to stimulus. So cells of nervous tissue is highly specialized for being stimulated, and it is also help for the transmitting the stimulus from one place to another within the body. Okay, so nervous tissue is having the highest place for being stimulated in our body, and it will transmit the stimulation from one body to another within the body. So what are the nervous tissue? The brain, spinal cord, and nerves are called as nervous tissues. Nervous tissue. Okay, brain, spinal cord, and nerves. So what are the nervous tissues present in our body? Brain, spinal cord, and nerves. So the cells of the nervous tissue are called as nerve cells or neurons. Okay, the cells of the nervous tissues are called as nerve cells or neurons. So here you can see the structure of neuron. So now I will explain the structure of neuron. Listen carefully. A neuron consists of a cell body. So here you can see the neuron consists of cell body. This is called cell body. Okay, with a nucleus, and inside there will be a cytoplasm. Okay, so neuron consists of cell body which is having the nucleus and cytoplasm. Understood? Then from which the long thin hair like part will arise. Okay, in the cell body long thin hair like part will arise, and each neuron has a single long part that is called as axon. Okay, so each neuron, they have a single long part that is called axon. They are then neuron also consists of many short branched parts that is called dendrites. Understood, children? Now neuron, it consists of cell body which is having nucleus and cytoplasm. It is having a long structure, long single part that is called axon, and it is having thin branched parts that's called dendrite. Short branched parts that is called dendrite. Okay, so one is about 1 meter long. Okay, the one neuron is maybe up to 1 meter long, and many nerve fibers bound together to form a fibers bound together by connective tissue make up a nerve. Okay, so these neurons together forms nerve fibers, and they will join together by a connective tissue which make up a nerve. Okay, so the signal that passes along the nerve fibers is called as nerve impulse. So the signal, once it is receiving any stimulus, it will pass the signal along the nerve fibers. That means one nerve to the other nerve fiber, that is called nerve impulse. Okay, the signal that passes along the nerve fibers is called nerve impulse. So nerve impulse allow us to move our muscles when we want to move. Okay, so nerve impulse only help us to move our muscles when we want to move. So the functional combination of nerve and muscle tissue is fundamental to most animals. Okay, so if nerve tissue and muscle tissue works properly, only the animals can able to move. Okay, and act according to the it can respond to the stimulus. Okay, so the functional combination, that means both together they will function. It is a fundamental to most animals, and it also help the animals to move according to the response to stimuli. Okay, so this is a nervous tissue. So I hope that you all understand about muscular tissue and nervous tissue. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.